My specialty is the study of scanners.
Scanners, They can do anything if they put their mind to it. So ran the tagline for Scanners 2, The New Order, and it could also apply to how both sequels to David Cronenberg's smash hit came about. Scanners had debuted in the prestigious #1 box office slot when it opened in America in 1981. Suddenly, this low-budget Canadian horror movie from nowhere was making money and getting terrific critical acclaim. These were the early days of the video revolution too, and when Scanners first appeared on that format, it garnered even more widespread success and word of mouth, especially in Sweden. There it was a consistent high seller and gathered a devoted cult audience. So much so, the Scandinavian video distributor contacted producer Pierre David and literally begged him to make a sequel.
We found another one.
You sure?
They just trashed an arcade full of video machines without touching them. 2 officers chased them into the Rich Brothers warehouse on 37.
Keep this off the airwaves. I'm on my way.
You got it.
The result of that telephone call was David producing 2 sequels shot back-to-back from late 1989, with Scanners 2 focusing on the son of Cameron Vale and Kim Obrist, the scanner characters from Cronenberg's original.
David!
I'm sorry. These migraines are just so bad lately.
Pierre David produced The Brood and Videodrome for Cronenberg. He would later add distinction to the superior horrors, Visiting Hours, Of Unknown Origin and The Vindicator, before making his directorial debut with Scanner Cop in 1994. David had acquired the Scanners remake rights from Cronenberg back when the director didn't have an agent or a lawyer looking after his best interests. Naturally, David did call Cronenberg to ask him if he wanted to be involved in the sequels. But learning he wasn't entitled to any money, despite the Pierre David devised plot being based on his characters and story, Cronenberg declined. The director was actually heavily involved in bringing William Burroughs' cult novel Naked Lunch to the screen at the time anyway. The two men have remained firm friends despite their differences. With a screenplay by B.J. Nelson, writer of the Chuck Norris Texas Ranger action adventure Lone Wolf McQuade, David asked noted director of photography Christian Duguay to make his feature debut with Scanners 2.
What are you looking at? You're not allowed to look at me.
Duguay had been directing episodes of the popular French-Canadian television series Crossbow, The Adventures of William Tell, and felt he could bring his own brand of insanity to what he saw as a basic good versus evil story.
Power doesn't make you good, Dave. It just makes you powerful. And it makes me hungry.
He brings a moody, pyrotechnic style to Scanners 2, shown to good effect in the explosive opening with villain Peter Drac going berserk in a video arcade, sending guards flying through the air and blowing the entire place up. With this turbo-driven beginning, Duguay serves notice that the film you're about to see is uniquely his in the high-action department. As David Kellum, unaware of his parental heritage or untapped mental powers, Pierre David cast an actor he had used before in his psycho horror movie, Pin. David Hewlett would go on to appear in all 3 films directed by his best school friend, Vincenzo Natali, Cube, Cypher and Nothing, before becoming a staple character on the Stargate television series and its Atlantis spin-off. David only realises the true force of his psychic abilities when his girlfriend Alice comes under attack by convenience store raiders.
Okay, everybody please, nobody's gonna move.
The latent power of his virgin mind is fueled by the threat to his new love. And the thug's explosive deaths are the first sign of the terrifying shocks to come. Playing David's long-lost sister, Julie Vale, is Deborah Raffin, star of Once Is Not Enough and the Larry Cohen-directed cult movie God Told Me To. Scanners 2 marks a rare movie appearance by Raffin after losing the part of Sandy to Olivia Newton-John in the musical blockbuster Grease.
Don't scan me. I don't like it. Ask and I'll tell you.
It's Julie who teaches her brother how to go behind the eyes of a non-scanner.
Dad taught me a trick.
Show me.
And use them as a conduit for their powers. In a remarkably sustained suspense scene, David and Julie use the evil Lieutenant Gelson to cause one of the more outrageous deaths.
Yes.
By scores of hypodermic syringes.
Let's give the doctor a taste of his own medicine.
Naturally, the creators knew explosive special effects had to be a main part of Scanners 2. Mike Smitherson, who would later work on Planet of the Apes and Spider-Man 2, was the make-up man responsible for coming up with the horrifying murders. I dare you not to wince at the gun-in-the-mouth sequence. And a thrilling climax to beat the original brain duel. Here, the good scanners link their minds together against the evil Drac. Smitherson built a full-size and fully articulated puppet of actor Raul Trujillo, which is tossed around the room, driven into convulsions, and finally implodes under the mental weight of the telekinetic attack. By the way, Scanners 2 was theatrically released in May 1991, a date chosen to coincide with the Canadian video release of David Cronenberg's original film.